Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to Kate Space. I'm Kate from Pixie Designs, and I have a little journal to share with you today. I have been working on this for a couple of weeks. It's made from an old book called From Sea to Sea by Rudyard Kipling from 1901, I think. I've been hanging on to this book cover for ages, and I saw Nazi from Amity Bloom. She had this beautiful kit called Sage Skies, and some of the colours just really, I thought, fitted in with this journal. So finally it came to be a journal because it's been sitting on my shelf sort of gutted for a long time. You may have seen the video of me making this cover piece. I'll link that up on the screen and in the description box below. But it's quite a layered sort of piece that I've decided to just be brave and glue on. Yeah, so I've decided I didn't want anything tied around this, so I've made one of those elastic closures, which I haven't done for ages actually, but I really like them. So it's just with some sort of black elastic, which you could change because there's an eyelet at the back, and so you could put a different piece of elastic on here if it grew, if it got fatter. So yeah, lots of lovely sort of lace and things poking out. So let's just have a look. So on the inside you can see where I've put this little screw to hold on, and I've got a little tuck spot here, and there's a tag using the digitals from the kit and some original authentic vintage wallpaper, and a little ruffle up here with this tiny little blue bird. I thought that was so cute. And so here's one of the pages from the kit. I haven't done much to that because I just loved it as it was. And on the back I've just made some tape here that I've used, I don't know, just sort of as decoration really. I've wrapped this piece around. This is actually from one of her other kits. I purchased three. I purchased Sage Skies and Vintage Script or something, and then another one. Anyway, this is printed on that erasable typing paper, so it's got this lovely feel to it, and I've just pinned this cluster of fabric and stuff to it, and yeah, that's just wrapped around this antique French ledger. Some braille paper with another cluster, fabric cluster, some texture paste in blue on this very old music paper, some lined paper and a doily. This is some very old paper. I'm not sure where it's from. My sister sent me this, but it was just the perfect colour. And this is one of the pockets. Oh yeah, that was the other kit. I got the pockets. And there's a tag here with one of the photos. That photo, I'm pretty sure, is permanent. It's not removable, with some old ledger there. And some sort of frayed velvet ribbon at the top, which is in the perfect colour. Another page from the kit, and then in the center here I've put some beads, glass beads on the strings. I've made this little slide, and this is actually a digital from Ruby and Pearl. And again, another page from the kit. This photo should come out. Let's see. Yes, it does. And I've just covered that up. So this is a copy of a photo I have in my collection, which is one of my favorites. I love it. And so I wanted to include it. I've included a few swans in this journal. So yeah, that's the other half of the first signature. We've got a little bow up there tied to an eyelet, and that's just folded over. And this opens out, and it's still got the binding fabric on there. I've left that on, but it can be torn off. And that's that signature. There's big gaps between the signatures. I've only included 3 to try and allow room for adding things. This is from a lovely old ballet book. My sister sent me some beautiful ballet images, and I think it might be time for me to make another ballet journal. I made a little slide here using one of the images from the kit that I'd printed onto some vellum. And I love how that turned out. I don't know how well it's translating on camera. And then a photo from the kit, and then this is a prayer card, holy card on some old brow paper. And I made this little pocket, floating pocket, and I've just attached it with a rusty pin and some sari silk ribbon there. Another tag. Oh, there was a tag kit. Or is this part of the Sage Skies? I'm not sure. Anyway, I've made little tags, and I have just printed on the back. They're on sort of a heavy, or a light cardstock, I'd call that. So there's a pocket with some layered collaging on it. There's some of that beautiful wallpaper. I have not got much of that left. I can't remember where I got it, but gosh, I love it. The swan, this is from a Ruby and Pearl, and I've put that on a postcard that I didn't love the front of. So that's an original postcard. And this is fussy cut from the kit, and I've put this little bit of silk embroidery ribbon on there. I love how that turned out. And this is an original piece of ephemera from 1891, a New Zealand piece, Dunedin. Some coffee dyed paper with the lace imprint on it. Something from the kit that's just backed with tea dyed paper, and then this little card, which was a plain card, but it had a red, bright red border, which I didn't love, but I loved that the blue girl, that's what it says here, the blue girl went so well, and I've just backed that with some very old cardstock. That's beautiful. Some lace here. A vintage, not vintage, an envelope, sort of coin style envelope in the middle here. This is a Ruby and Pearl image, and I've put some New Zealand ephemera in here. And mainly because of the colour of it. So I haven't really done anything to this, it's just as it is. But I love that green, and I thought that went well with the sort of overall aesthetic of the journal. Some more frills and lace. This is from the kit, Sage Skies kit, and I've backed that onto that old cardstock. So that's not tea dyed, that's actually natural aging. And then there's this beautiful blossom picture and blue skies. Very spring-like, which is what we're heading into, which is lovely. And then this is all folded over to make a pocket. This is from the kit, and I've aged it and put it on this really old piece of card, which I've been holding on to for so long. I just love the colour, the aging, the weight of it. And it's from might be the cover of an old folder or something, but anyway, I've been holding on to it for so long, so finally it got used. And then this is just a ticket that I've backed onto, again, some old card that's from like a music book or something, so that goes in there. That's the other side of that beautiful old receipt. A pocket sort of layered, and some of the old millinery flowers that I've found, and some old ribbon, very old ribbon from a wedding favour thing. A catalogue card that's got embossing on it, and a card from the kit that I've backed on to that beautiful old, well, I think it's beautiful, other people might not. It's from an old photo album. You've got the tape that held the photos. So the photo album, you know, with the frames that you can lift, but all the photos were stuck down. I've used it before and I love it. So that just slides up into that pocket there. And the embossed paper wraps around. So another pocket here, and in there that's a Ruby and Pearl image, and I have put that on that old cardstock as well. A photo from the kit, again on that old cardstock, which I love so much, and a tag from the kit, which is printed on the back, so it's slightly lighter than some of these other things. I've altered a paper clip here with one of those beautiful, I don't know what you call these. Anyway, it's a real heavy sort of lace thing that I've got, and I've dyed that with some Tim Holtz ink, and I've done some texture paste down here, and here's another swan image. Again, this is Ruby and Pearl, and so this here is the frame that's on all this cardstock that I'm using. I'll be sad when that's gone, actually. So this is part of that, but then I've actually backed that with some of that old blue stuff, which is on the back of whatever, something else. But that's the other side of it that's really old. So more of the ballet book picture. I've made a little notebook here with a wax seal. And in here, I've just tied it with the silk ribbon. I haven't strengthened any of these pages because basically this is just really to be taken apart and used. So there's some very old, there's antique and vintage papers in here. Book pages, diary pages, birthday books, things like that. So that's to be taken apart and used, or I mean used as a little notebook. A little wax seal hanging on that pin. This is a beautiful piece from a music book cover that I love. A little stamp there of some birds on this old music. It's in Latin, I think. One of the little secret journaling spots that I did a video on, and I'll link that below, with a little photo or sort of card, cigarette card there. That's faux, and this flips down and you could write in here or tuck some little things. So that's how it's closed with a paper clip. In the video I used ribbon, but I didn't want to put anything across the picture. I don't know, I didn't like the ribbon on this one, so I didn't do it. More from the kit, and in the middle I've placed a letter from Italy. It's the letters from Fraser to Ruth, and so they're all from the early 20s. So I've done a little bit of texture paste on there, and actually you can read this if you wanted to. A Tim Holtz die placed on top of this page. There's a tuck spot there, which I've just discovered has nothing in it, so I will put something in there. This folds out. I've done nothing with this page because it's just so beautiful. This is from an old book. I loved this image and I love the colours. And again, it's on that really old photo album card, so it's nice and heavy. I love the feel of those heavy sort of cards. They do take up space. There's a little dangle here. This is again from an old photo album, so it's got a little sort of mark there where the tape was. And this beautiful image here, which I've left as is, and I've put this here. This is just a sample die cut slide that I've made with some antique ledger, and this is a photo of my grandmother and her friend, and I've just added some little flowers there. So that's the back. I hope you like that. It was really fun to work with some different digitals. I've not really worked with Amelie Bloom's digitals before, and I really enjoyed it. I think this is sold at the time of this video. If not, it will go up in my Etsy shop. It's Friday here, so probably will go up in my Etsy shop over the weekend if the lady who's inquired about it doesn't want it. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye!